Sorry. No, not at all. This is good content. Yep.
So after we all cram all of our gear on the boat and squeeze onto the boat, we have a 2-hour trek out into the open water to get to our destination.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cooper's Amputee Lifestyle. We are at Catalina Islands in California. We're going to do a few dives down here, look at the kelp forest, look at some critters. Maybe we'll find some abalone shells. So check it out, Catalina Islands. Let's get wet.
Our second dive here today is going to be at Little Gibraltar Point, which is also known as Bill Kroll's Memorial Dive Site. Bill Kroll was a sheriff's deputy serving in Los Angeles County, and he ended up having a free diving accident here and drowned. There's a plaque down there honoring Bill Kroll. We start our descent down the anchor chain from the boat all the way down to the bottom. We notice that the visibility does reduce quite a bit once we get on the bottom. The topography of this dive site is going to have some walls here and there. There's going to be a light growth. We're not going to run into the kelp forest like our last dive site. As we venture on, we see tons of fish gathering at the top of these wall formations. It is quite a sight to see. There's California's state fish, the Garibaldi. On these short walls, you will find these little cracks and valleys and crevices. Lots of marine life are seeking habitat in these little spaces. As we search the cracks and crevices for life to photograph, we do come across a little group of lobsters hiding here and there. We see a fair amount of black sea urchins. Close to the sea urchins are blue-banded goby. Here's a small fish for our viewers to identify. If you know what kind of fish this is, leave a comment below. These are some sort of underwater sea snail. If you know what these are also called, please leave a comment below. Oh look, it's a large goldfish. These are blue-banded gobies. I suspect they are seeking refuge around these big black sea urchins for protection against larger predators like fish that would love to eat them. Tucked back in this crevice is a moray eel, surrounded by all these little shrimp. I suspect the shrimp help keep the eel parasite free, the shrimp get a meal in return, and the eel can have a happier, healthier life. Here is a sea cucumber. These look very similar to the ones we have in Puget Sound. Here is a large sea star. This may be an ochre star. As we move along the little rock walls, we continue to search the crevices. We find something very interesting. There's something tucked way in the back in this crack, about an arm's length away. I had to dismount the light from the camera tray and the camera to try to get a better shot for you guys of this horn shark. Very cool. This was my first horn shark sighting. I was glad I was able to get a little bit of a video and a picture of it to show you all. As we start our ascent to go up to our safety stop and back to the boat, we start noticing all of the little goldfish crackers, or as they call them, the Garibaldis, swim up into the column to say goodbye to us before we get out of the water. So I just want to give a shout out to our boat captain and crew. They did an amazing job helping us along the way, taking us to some really cool dive sites. They even had to help keep some of the fishermen boats that were even fishing in waters that they're not supposed to be away from the divers, so we didn't run into any unnecessary injuries. Thank you so much for keeping us safe. Even on the trek out here, we were noticing other boaters cutting us off as we were making our way and had the right of way. That is crazy, but I guess that's just heavy boat traffic for you, as well as negligence from those fishermen operating those boats. Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching another episode of Cooper's Amputee Lifestyle. This has been a dive with some of the sights to see at Little Gibraltar Point, and actually known as Bill Kroll's Memorial Dive Site on Santa Catalina Island. Thank you so much.